of Mothers and Men Against Gangs Coalition, and this is my husband.
Hello, I'm the Vice President, Martin Garza.
And we are the parents of Martin Alberto Garza, whom was murdered 3 years ago tomorrow. And we founded this organization with the purpose of making a difference and making sure that our son's life was not in vain, and with the purpose of making sure that we make a change in our community, because all lives are important, especially the ones that we grow here in Brawley and in Imperial County. And I know that at times, people wonder why we're doing it. And I get asked that many times, and I just want to let everyone know it's because it's what we do to make sure our son's legacy continues and his life is not forgotten. And we save a life.
And Ms. Garza, if I could also, what's the significance of our date, just as a...
3 years ago, on a day like this, January 5th, our kids went out. And unfortunately, our son did not come home on that night. And he passed away as a result of a stabbing in El Centro on North 7th Street. And he died in the early hours of January 6th. And one of the things that I vowed to do is to work with the private sector and the families and our organization to start helping, and mark a day that would be significant for everyone. And I think at the beginning of a year, it's with great purpose that we can start changing. Many of us set New Year's resolutions. We decide on making changes as we start a new year, and I know that, I'm going to share this, but one of his New Year's resolutions was to get a girlfriend. I remember him posting about that, and I thought that was kind of funny. But for us, being able to get through the holidays with him, but then having him pass away on one of the significant holidays in our family, we like to celebrate the wise men and cut the bread and then have a party on February 2nd for the Dia de la Candelaria. He loved that. So I thought it was only meaningful and significant that on his 3-year anniversary, which is one of the numbers that we use from his 73, that we mark it with a commitment as a community and start thinking about the change that we can make. You guys as elected officials that represent us, and as well as the families, and show them that even when a family like ours goes through a tragedy, you can still overcome it and make a change in the community. It doesn't mean that you crawl under your bed, under your blankets, and stay there. You do not die with your son. You continue to live, and you continue to make a difference.
Thank you very much. If I could also, I think this is important, is before I read the proclamation, but give an opportunity for our council members if they have any comment on this day before I read the proclamation.
I'd like to say that it's very difficult, as you say, for families to go through these kind of issues. I believe some of us have gone through it. And not all of us go through doing what you have done, what you and your husband have started, and I think that's just absolutely wonderful. For the students that we have here in the Valley, need to, not only the students but also the parents need to be aware of there are things and places and people to go to and to make a difference, and I think that's what you have started, and God bless you for doing that.
Thank you.
I just want to thank you for your strength and your ability to form this and make a statement in the community that's very well supported and respected. Thank you.
I consider you friends, and I'm always very supportive of you. I can't imagine what it feels like to go through what you've gone through. And I know you've put a lot of energy in your nonprofit, and that's been a positive force in your life. So I hope you continue with it, and we're here to support you as well, and me personally as a friend.
Thank you.
It's certainly a worthy cause, and we think the proclamation is certainly very appropriate for this day. And so wish you luck on that, and we hope to forward that, and make everybody start to be aware of all the things that can happen out there to your children, and know where they're at and know what's going on all the
Yes.
time. So thank you very much.
Thank you, council members. And I just, one more comment from me. This is, as it was mentioned, I do consider myself a friend, a very dear friend, hopefully, darn near family, because this couple here, this family goes back to basically a period of time where we were raising our kids together. And we'll always share that bond, but I will certainly tell you, I've spent 5 years with some of our county agency and narcotics task force, which is affiliated with a gang unit. I've been a part of the sheriff's department now as a reserve commander for getting closer to 19 years now. And it all began for me because of an injustice. What was darn near a violent attempted murder on a family member of mine. And it caused me and moved me to do the things that I've done. And for me, it never ends, because it's basically something that moves on forever. But it's with a heavy heart, but at the same time, a lot of pride in what you've done that I read this proclamation. So I will move forward and do so, proclaiming that, designating January 6, 2016 as Anti-Gang Awareness Day. Whereas the Mothers and Men Against Gang Coalition, MAG, is an organization formed to provide awareness to combat gang violence throughout Imperial County. And whereas MAG was formed in 2013 by parents of a young man who lost his life to gang violence. And whereas MAG brings together parents, youth, community partners, churches, and educators to eradicate gang activity by spreading the message that there is no room for gangs. And whereas it is essential to continue to work together to stop gang violence, to encourage involvement in anti-gang prevention programs in order to help reduce the number of gang-related deaths. And whereas anti-gang prevention adds immeasurably to the health and safety of our community and should be encouraged and supported. Now therefore, I, Donald L. Wharton, Mayor of the City of Brawley, urge our citizens to become aware of anti-gang prevention measures to safeguard our community on this day. So, there's the proclamation, and if I could, maybe we have council.